Oh no, the carnage, the humanity, oh the humanity. It was a bloody battle of great proportions, but it's not actually what this video is about, what our 100 subscriber special is about, so let's forget about it. So the reason I decided to divide this special up into two parts is because I have pretty much two major demographics for my videos. I have people who are interested in classic games, so that's why I decided to show off my Super Nintendo collection. And I also have Touhou fans, and yeah, I wanted to give a treat to both, so we're going to also see my Doujin game collection. And the thing is, I have most of the official Touhou games, the one where Team Shanghai Alice was involved, and you pretty much know them. They're pretty much the most well-known Doujin games. Can't really think of anything that is more known. And I have them all except for Immaterial Missing Power, the first fighting game. Never got my hands on that. And I haven't gotten Hopeless Masquerade yet. Just because I haven't gotten around to it yet. But I'm pretty sure I'll get that in time. So you pretty much... you probably know a lot about them, and I don't think it's sensible to talk about them briefly. Only talking about them in depth makes any sense to me. So we're going to shove these aside, just so you know that I have them, and we're going to look at my third-party games. Now, most of them are also Touhou, except for one, and we're going to start with that one right away. You never heard of this one before. Nope, totally not. It's totally not the game that I LP'd before this special. Nope, totally not. Oh, of course it is. It is Grief Syndrome, of course. And yeah, everything that could be said about it, I think I said in the Let's Play. It's a very fun game. Like it a lot. And I also had a cameo in the bonus episode of that LP of this game. And I mentioned that I really like this one as well. New Super Marisa Land, Legend of the Six Mushrooms, I think. Yeah, this is a nice little platformer. It's just got such nice level design, so memorable levels, and yeah, it's just really good fun. Feels very charming, very nice. Like it a lot. Since we're already in the platforming department, this one is also a very good platformer. Dangerous Suako by UTG Software. Now, UTG Software has a thing for masochist games, you know, the Kaizo genre, games that just provoke the player, like I Want to Be the Guy. And yeah, Dangerous Suako has a masochist mode, but also a normal mode. And it's got things to collect in normal mode, and because of that, it's just a lot of fun. I like it quite a bit. Not quite as much as New Super Marisa Land, but still, I recommend it. This one you might also have seen before, Natori Box. This is a puzzle platformer, and it's still very unnoticed by Doujin players, it seems to me. But I like it. I played it till the end, and yeah, it's cool. It delivers. A game that can be easily compared to that, and probably the reason why people pay little attention to Natori Box is this one. Fantasy Explorer Nitroid by Desunoya. This is also a puzzle platformer, and also a very good one. If I had to choose which one is better, this or Natori Box, I couldn't really give you an answer, honestly. It really doesn't make sense to compare them all that much because they're puzzle platformers with pretty much no replay value. You beat one and yeah, that's it. Doesn't make much sense to play them again. You know the solutions and all. This game has not great controls, but they get you through the game. And because of that, it's really fun. It's really good. Now we've got an action game. Mystical Chain, yes, I've also LP'd that in the past. It is a very terrible Let's Play, if I can say that about my own work, because it had such bad sound issues. I think a lot of people think that I'm making a joke with that video, like it's a gimmick to sound so metallic, but no, it's just a really bad Let's Play. But that's all in the past. Mystical Chain is a lot of fun. It's best compared to Smash Brothers, I'd say. It's an action platformer with a strong focus on fighting. It's really cool. It's got barely any story and it's not translated, but people don't mind. It's a very self-explanatory game. But mastering it can be challenging. This is by Honya 2, Adventures on Youkai Mountain, I think. Now, of my Doujin collection, this is probably my least favorite game. This game, it's got a real identity crisis. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It has like fighting game moves with quarter circles and all that jazz. But in the end, it really has a stronger focus on platforming, and because of that, it just never feels right. So yeah, I really can't recommend this. Why did I get this game without knowing pretty much anything about it? Well, do I have to say anything else? Do I really have to say more? Hina. Yeah. You can always make me buy your games if you have Hina in them. This is an interesting one. This is Touhou Attorney Ayashimaru. This is a game modeled after Phoenix Wright, the Phoenix Wright series. So it's a visual novel pretty much. Visual novel adventure hybrid. It's of course translated because untranslated visual novels, you can't really do much with them. It makes little point to play them, honestly. But yeah, this is translated and it's pretty fun, but in comparison to Phoenix Wright, not quite as good. And the reason for me is because it doesn't have these absurd, wacky reactions when you prove someone guilty. That really made Phoenix Wright for me. Of course, it has a lot of Touhou jokes and all that, and they're fun, but it doesn't quite reach that absurdity, and that's too bad, but still, I can appreciate it. Oh, this is the Komajo Densetsu compilation. Now, I got this one very late, honestly, and the reason I got it so late was because I saw like 5 Let's Plays of Legend of Scarlet 2 and pretty much felt like I knew the game too well to play it for myself, if that makes any sense. But when I did, I really noticed how I missed out, because Legend of Scarlet 2 Stranger's Requiem is excellent. It's so much fun, it's so good, it's great. I really don't regret getting this. I haven't actually installed or played Legend of Scarlet 1. I will probably do so in the future, but just didn't get around to it yet. This game feels a little bit prototypish. It's Soul Anchor by Zwei. It's kind of like Bionic Commando in a bit. It's pretty good in my opinion. It actually got a sequel which kind of expanded on it. It's much longer, and Murasa fights the Taoist group in it. And this game feels much less complete, well, not really much less complete, but just smaller in size. But apart from that, it's alright. If I had to list one Doujin game that is the most criminally underrated, I would pick this. This is actually an album, and it has Touhou Kokayaku the game in it. I've LP'd this one, and it's so good. It's so much fun. Just so nice. In the LP, I think I said pretty much all I can say about it. Check it out. It's cool. Touhou Katsugeki Keydown Volume 2. This is a little bit easy to mix up with a third volume, which I also have. But yeah, this is the second one. A hack and slash game. I've also LP'd it in the past. It's a lot of fun if you're in the right mood, if you're in the right for some easy to swallow action, then it's a really good thing to have. Touhou Katsugeki Keydown Volume 3 is not quite as good as 2, unfortunately. I wanted to like it a lot, but it's just not as good as the predecessor. That's basically because of the more slippery controls. Just doesn't feel as right, and it's a little bit frustrating because of that. A game that is pretty much as good as Touhou Katsugeki Keydown Volume 2, though, is this one. Enchanting Swordplay Reverie, I think is the full title if you translate it. But most people know this as that 3D Yomu game, and that's what it is. It's a 3D hack and slash where you control Yomu. It's got very challenging, cool bosses. It's very good because of that. And I think the platforming is a little bit annoying, but it doesn't kill it because of that. It's still a lot of fun, worth checking out. Oh, we're getting into RPG territory now. Touhou Soccer Moshuden. This is a tribute to the Captain Tsubasa games. A RPG soccer game with Touhou characters. I prefer absurd magic using girls with stupid hats far over any realistic soccer player, obviously. And yeah, this game is cool. It is translated, of course. It would be very hard to play if it wasn't. And it's got these absurd special moves, and it's just cool. Now here we've got probably my favorite RPG of all time. I'm not even saying just Doujin-games. Labyrinth of Touhou. We've also got the expansion, Labyrinth of Touhou Plus Disc. I don't have the special disc, unfortunately. I didn't want to rebuy the game for cosmetic features. But yeah, Labyrinth of Touhou, Experts RPG, very difficult bosses that you have to tackle strategically. It's getting a sequel soon, you must have noticed because I've made videos about it. And yeah, Labyrinth of Touhou, excellent. Just so much fun managing your characters and such a good battle system, it's great. Really shows that I don't actually care that much about story in RPGs anymore. Because it doesn't have much of a story. And here we have the other big Touhou RPG. People will list not only Labyrinth of Touhou, but also this one. The Genius of Sofia's Weekend Edition. Sorry. This is pretty much the expansion and main game in one. I started playing this recently, and I'm still playing it at the moment. And it's a very good RPG. I don't like it quite as much as Labyrinth of Touhou. It is an RPG made for experts, because you can completely reskill all of your characters. You have 12 characters, you can only take 6 with you, and you can equip all kinds of skills. And yeah, as I said, you can really revamp all of your skill trees for everyone, no consequences. And that just makes it very experimental. You really have to think how to handle the really strong bosses in this game, and that makes it very motivating. And we have the very last game of my collection, of my third-party games at least, Uniting Barage Action. I know very little about this game. It is a horizontal shooter, like Radius if you need some comparison. And it pretty much recreates the EOSD, Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, storyline. This is still in plastic. I haven't gotten around to playing it yet. I probably will soon, but I'm interested how this is. It's got very nice artwork. That's one thing that I can say for sure. That can of course be misleading, but who knows? Hope it's gonna be alright. So yeah, this was my Doujin collection. Yeah, let's zoom in on that rather than our pile over there. Yeah, and this was the end. This is the end of my 100 subscriber special. Now, I'm not sure if I'll ever reach another sensible milestone. For a lot of people, 100 subscribers is nothing. Like they will get 100 more subscribers in a day, maybe an hour, who knows? But for me, it means something. You know, YouTube may not be about numbers for me or gaining many followers. It is for me about just making quality videos. And if people tell me that they enjoy them or if they stick around, that makes me pretty happy. So I hope that watching this subscriber special all the way through means that you do. And yeah, so thank you for being around, taking in my videos, and yeah, this was my 100 subscriber special. I'm Gesh86, and I will cook up something different next. Bis bald!